He's got the verbal agreement. He's got the ROI set up, and there's the close. R.J. Bates the third has done it. The ref steps in. It's over.
Man, we just had to start off Black Friday with a friendly reminder of my first Closers Olympics victory. The great Pat Hilton with the commentary there. Happy Black Friday, everybody. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Ours was fantastic. Great spending time with family. Hopefully, you guys have checked out my Thanksgiving video, the one about what not to forget on Thanksgiving. I talked about several things that I'm thankful of that I think sometimes maybe we forget to be thankful for, to show gratitude. The ability that we can literally make a living for ourselves wholesaling real estate. Been doing this almost a decade now, and it's still as enjoyable as it was the first deals that we closed back in 2014. And we do have something that we want to give you guys today, but also want to talk about how this came about, because this has been a work in progress for a while now. And I talked about 2014. This morning I was thinking about Thanksgiving 2014. Me and Cassie, we had a property under contract in Dallas, Texas that we assigned for a $27,000 assignment fee. It was probably, I don't know, I think either the third or fourth property that we assigned ever. And I remember thinking to myself, man, if this deal goes through, if we can actually get $27,000, how game-changing that's going to be for us. And it was. Because shortly thereafter, January 1st, 2015, I remember looking at Cassie and saying, hey, we're shutting down the contracting business and we're going all in on wholesaling real estate. I know that this is what we're supposed to do. We can be great at this. I just need you to jump on board with me, because at the time, Cassie was running our contracting business completely by herself. And I was all in on wholesaling real estate. And that first year, 2015, we did about $750,000 in assignments, all off the MLS. It's funny. Now, here we are almost a decade later, and I have the nickname, the King Closer. I have all these belts from talking to sellers. But when we got started, we really weren't talking to sellers. All of our deals were off the MLS. Fast forward a couple of years, Cassie and I go to an event here in Texas. Oh, a piece of Polar came with me. And I remember thinking to her, or saying to her, I think we're doing something different than everybody else. Everyone else is talking about direct-to-seller marketing, and no one's talking about getting deals off the MLS. And that's when everything changed for us. We were already doing virtual wholesaling in places like Portland, Oregon, Phoenix, Arizona, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Baltimore, all across the country. And things really changed when we added in cold calling, direct mail, back then, ringless voicemails. And the pain that success caused us. See, I talk about this quite frequently because I think it's just as important as the success that we've had along the way, in the fact that I almost bankrupted our company back in 2018, 2019, because I got away from wholesaling. And I thought because we were a good wholesaler, that meant we were going to be a great flipper, a great landlord. And we started buying everything. We had access to private capital. We started taking down all of these properties left and right. One thing that we have never struggled with is acquiring properties. Even though I've never had sales training, I've never had anybody teach me how to actually acquire real estate. That was never part of our training. Remember, we spent $65,000 on how to acquire properties off the MLS and dispo them on Craigslist. It just wasn't a struggle for us. And part of it is because we didn't know any better. Ignorance can be bliss. And for us, it really was. Why? Because right out of the gates, I didn't know how to do anything else besides be myself when I was on the phone with a seller or on an appointment at a seller's house. I looked at it and said, this is simple. They have a problem. We offer a solution. Make it plain. Offer the solution. If it's a win-win, then they'll accept it. If not, we move on to the next one. And that's kind of always been how we've handled it. Fast forward to 2020, the world kind of gets crazy, right? COVID hits, appointments kind of go out the window. We can't really go sit down in their house and try to close them belly to belly. Everything has to be virtual now because of COVID. I also get invited to be a part of the first Closers Olympics in 2020. And I'll remember talking to Cassie and saying, man, I'm actually nervous about competing in this. There are some heavy hitters in this Closers Olympics. It's funny. I had to go back in my, oh man, Kip, dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Kip coming in early with the Black Friday present right there. Man, I appreciate you, Kip. I remember the Closers Olympics committee had to come to me and ask me to record myself talking to sellers because there was no footage of me talking to sellers in 2020. There was one video. That was it. They said, hey, we need some more footage of you actually talking to sellers. Can you record some and give it to us for promo material? When I talked to Cassie about how nervous I was before the first Closers Olympics, she looked at me and she said, just do what you always do. Be yourself. Be yourself and you'll be okay. During that first Closers Olympics, I remember everything changed for us. I got 2 verbal agreements in less than 30 minutes. And everyone freaked out. Oh my goodness, this dude doing all this trash talking and good fun. This dude that said he was going to do it, he actually went out and he did it. After the Closers Olympics, I read the book Relentless right there on my bookcase. If you haven't read that book, you definitely need to check it out. It's written by Tim Grover, the personal trainer and coach of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, some of the best that ever played NBA basketball. And he talks about being a cleaner. And I realize that is exactly who I am. I'm a cleaner. And from that book, that's what inspired the first 50 deals in 50 states in 50 days challenge. Then I said, I'm going to try to do something that I've never done before. I got inspired by Pace Morby going live for 25 hours. And I said, if he could do that, what if I went live for 50 days straight for 8 hours a day? And I locked up a deal every single day in a different state. So we started in Ohio, and then went to Missouri, Nebraska, Florida, Maine, every single day, Monday through Friday for 50 days straight. And I got 86 deals under contract during those 50 days in 49 different states, all from SMS marketing. But a lot of the SMS marketing led to sellers calling in. And I noticed the way that I navigated those conversations as the calls came in from the SMS text was completely different. And people were like really shocked at how brutally blunt I was and raw and transparent with sellers. And I wasn't really playing the mental manipulation games. It was, hey, I pulled a list of absentee owners and I was reaching out to see if you had a property that you were looking to sell. And it worked. I had a phrase during the 50-day challenge where I said, what kind of property are you looking for? I'd say cheap, dirty, and ugly. Sellers would laugh. It would loosen them up some. And I heard a lot of the feedback from the people that, were selling education on how to close deals. There was a lot of feedback on no one can close like RJ. It's just his personality. He doesn't build rapport. I heard all of that. It made me mad for quite a while. This is like, what do you mean? I have people that work for me that close just like me. It's not just me. Cassie closes like me. The difference is it comes from Cassie's voice. Because, see, the thing has always been, don't try to close like RJ, just be yourself. But there was a formula there. Just wasn't fully thought out yet. We hadn't put it down on paper. We hadn't said this is the exact formula. We were training our team to close using the formula. But 2021 Closers Olympics comes. Never been more confident in anything in my life than the 2021 Closers Olympics. Dominated that, won that first belt right behind me. Super proud of that moment. I was in Cleveland, Ohio at Trinity's hockey tournament, and I won the Closers Olympics sitting in a hotel room on nothing but a laptop. I talk a lot about having a setup. I had no setup. I didn't need it. Because it's not mandatory. Just optimizes your success ratio. Won the 2021 Closers Olympics. Turned around 2022. Won Wholesaling Live Challenge. Locked up a deal in 16 minutes on stage in front of 500 people. Then we turned around and we said, let's do the 50-day challenge again. Why? Because I needed something to get me out of the funk of being called a racist and being called a grotesque term that I won't even use here on this video by our friends over there at Disney. And they said, you're fired from TV. You don't get to do the TV show. You don't get to impact millions of people like we thought. And so I got depressed. I was upset about it. So I said, let's do the 50-day challenge again. And from there, we started using lead Zolo leads, speed to lead leads, cold call leads, not SMS texting anymore. A lot of it was inbound. So all of the calls were there on the phone. There was nothing on screen as far as me texting somebody or anything like that. It was all calls, 50 days in a row, minimum 8 hours a day. Me talking to sellers led to 125 contracts in 50 days. We wrapped that up by winning the 2023 Closers Olympics back to back. 3 years in a row, every Closers Challenge out there, I've won. And the feedback was no one can close like RJ. And it made me upset because we've had people come to the Crucible. We've had employees, 19-year-old kids that don't know shit about shit like Justin Helms. Garrett Littleton watched me on TikTok and said, I want to work for you. All right, come here, sit down. This is how you talk to a seller. And he does it. Time and time again, we've proved to ourselves that the system, the formula that I use, someone else can come in and they can replicate it. Exactly. Why? Because it's not complicated. This morning, I just posted a reel of myself closing a deal on stage last week in Plano, Texas at the Fit Movement event. Early comments already. Everyone needs a laydown. That was simple. Of course it was. But that's always the feedback. It was a laydown. RJ didn't do anything. You're right. Because it's not about me. It's about the seller. They're selling us their property. Anyone can do this as long as you understand what the formula is, as long as you maintain being yourself, as long as you don't try to go in and play mental manipulation mind games. Anyone can replicate what I do. I'm not special. There's nothing special about what I do. How about that? What are they going to say now when I say anybody else can do what I do because nothing I do is special except I follow a simple formula by asking questions? That's what I want to give you guys today. I want to give you that formula. The secret sauce is what Cassie does. The secret sauce is our ability to analyze, comp, and underwrite properties inside of that conversation where I'm not doing a whole lot. So if you want to know what's special about us, it's our ability to underwrite properties. Not what I say, because I don't say a whole lot. They're all laydowns, right? That's what all the comments have been for years. All right, great. They've all been laydowns. But the thing about it is, you have to know if the numbers work for it to be a laydown. Where do end buyers buy? That's right. You got to know where your end buyers buy. See, we've always been talking about maximum allowable offer. I hate the word offer because I don't like making offers. When I talk about the formula and I talk about the ideal close from front to back, there's never the word offer come out of my mouth. I never say offer. We say yes to their price. And that's what makes everyone say, wow, what a laydown. He just said yes. In the reel that I posted today, she said, I want $75,000. I said, if it's cash, I cover the closing costs and there's no realtor commissions. What's the best price you could do for me? For me. I'm the buyer. What's the best price you, Mrs. Seller, can do for me, Mr. Buyer? $65,000, $10,000 price drop. Boom. I say yes. I didn't offer. So how can we use the term maximum allowable offer? We can't. It's old. It's antiquated. I hate it. So we're going to change that. Where do end buyers buy? I like that. See, we've figured that out through the profit calculator. This is something me and Cassie have been using for years now. We didn't realize how special it was because sometimes we're so in the business and we're doing it on a daily basis that we don't really know that something that we're doing is special. And see, within the profit calculator, it tells you where your buyer will buy. That's what's special about what we're offering you today. So we've been talking about it for a while. What is our Black Friday offer? Okay. One, the first thing, the Closer's Formula Guidebook. Okay. Playbook with me, the blueprint. Simple video course, step by step. This is how you're going to go through these calls. All right. One by one. You mirror that, you're going to have success on the phones. Then Cassie's comping and underwriting. This is crucial to your success because inside of what I do, if you don't have what Cassie teaches you, it doesn't work. Because otherwise, you're going to have to get off the phone and call them back if you don't know where end buyers buy. The next thing we want to offer you is a half-day virtual day with me where I'm going to be calling deals, video review, answering any questions you have. I'll call your leads. I think in the little promo video I cut for it, I said, listen, you know me, I'm crazy. I'll pretty much do anything you want me to do. I'm the guy that no longer gets asked to speak at events. They just say, hey, RJ, will you just come do? Will you just come close on stage? Because that's what the King Closer does. Shows you guys how you can close deals just like I do. But again, let me reiterate. Without the comping, without the underwriting, none of it matters. Okay? Let me pull this up real quick. I'm going to drop this link in here for you guys. I just dropped the link down there in the chat for y'all so y'all can see where you could get this Black Friday offer. Don't click on it yet. Stay on until I finish, and then you can go click on it. This has been 9 years in the making. There's been so many wins, losses, getting my teeth kicked in, nerves, putting myself in situations where I wasn't sure that I was prepared to be in. But I will tell you this, no matter what anybody out there says, time and time again, this formula that I'm giving you guys right here wins. It closes deals. One of our students, she's been with us for years now. One of the best human beings out there, Lori. She went into a Facebook group the other day, and someone was talking about, do I really need to hire a coach? And she said, you absolutely need to hire a coach, because without a coach, you're a football team without a coach, and without a coach, there's no football team. And he said, well, who should I hire? She said, RJ Bates. Another person comments and says, fuck RJ. All he does is close deals. You're right. All I do is close deals. And if you follow this formula, the comping and underwriting, hang out with us, guess what? All you'll do is close deals. All that we're trying to do is close deals. That's how we feed our families. That's how we have Thanksgiving dinners. It's by closing deals, cashing checks, baby. The rest of it's just bullshit. How about that? So I love that. Thank you for saying that. I know you were trying to troll me, but at the end of the day, baby, all I do is fucking close deals. And that's what I want you guys to do, is close deals. That's why we put this down. It's why I'm so passionate about, why am I up here red-faced, red-eared, fired up on Black Friday? Because it's been almost a decade we've been putting this together. I've been waiting for this moment right here, where people can go out and watch this and say, wow, holy shit, this is easy. I can do this. That's all I have to do. It's okay for me to sit and think. I don't have to play some mind game with them. Nope. You sure don't. I'm empowering you right now, just like Rudy said. Rudy came into my office from New York. In tears, he came up to me and he said, dude, you've empowered me to, it's okay for me to be me. You're damn right, Rudy. It's okay for you to be you. Same thing with anybody else on here. It's okay if you have an accent. So do I. I've had people say, I'm not selling you my house, you little country bumpkin. That's all right. The next deal closed. It doesn't matter. Man, woman, accent, no accent. This right here gives you everything that you need to close deal. Hey, Jesus, you said, I want people to say that about me. Make it happen. Follow the formula. Understand how to comp and underwrite and analyze deals, and then take action. That's what's needed. It's very simple. You just follow it step by step. What's up, Michael? Someone says you need a podium in front of you right now. Man, listen, this has been such a long time coming, because for us, we've always known that we were able to close deals. I released that video about things that I'm thankful for. I am so thankful for some of our vendors out there. The prop streams, the privies, the batch leads that give us the ability to comp these properties nationwide. The paper lead models like Speed to Lead and Lead Zolo saying, hey, here's leads that can come in hot and fresh, ready for you to go across the country. It's amazing. So what's the difference between the free PDF and this? Well, the free PDF, let's be honest, it's a 13-page with a bunch of graphics. It's a simple, generic way of the closer's formula, okay? What I am giving you inside of this video course is in-depth, hey, here's exactly step-by-step what you're going to do inside of these calls, okay? You can take that PDF and you could go out and attempt it. But this is going to be short, easy consumable videos for you to learn from. and then replicate it. And then also, if you have issues that you come across during calls, you can just go back, look at that video. What did RJ say about these objections? What did RJ say during this moment? What am I supposed to do? Here's RJ reviewing a close of his right here, step by step. Literally me taking 30-minute closes, 10-minute closes, and doing video review just like a football coach does with his team. Okay? This is like, first and foremost, the amount of investment that we're asking for is so minute, okay? That I promise you, if you've ever watched anything that we put out here, we don't ever put out bullshit just to gain $27 from you, okay? This is going to be something that you can take and then you can immediately implement in your business and close deals. The underwriting, the comping part of it, massive. Mandatory that you get that so you understand what's happening behind the scenes during the closer's formula. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my ability to work with Cassie on a daily basis has been the part of becoming the king closer that no one really gives credit for. Where we lock up deals and then we look at it together and we say, now I fully understand how we're getting to where end buyers buy. That is the secret sauce to this. The link. I'm trying to get that link into Facebook. I don't understand why it's not going there. I will make sure that we put the link in there for you guys on Facebook. It's going on to YouTube. I don't understand why it's not going on to Facebook from my StreamYard right now. So I apologize about that. But I will make sure that we get that up for you guys. What other questions do you guys have about this? Because I want to make sure that we answer all these. First and foremost, I was supposed to keep this video to 15 minutes, and here we are at 27 minutes. This is why I'm so passionate about it, though. I mean, I want nothing more than to see you guys go out just like Eric Velasco sent me. He came to the closer's formula. So exactly the same training that you guys are going to get. I'm going to read this to you. He sent me this message Wednesday. This is Wednesday night. Seller says, not sure if you've seen my earlier text. So they were texting because seller couldn't talk. But we're taking only reasonable offers. Please provide your offer. Eric said, you also said that it's for sale earlier, so I had to ask for the price. I work pretty straightforward, Gerald. See something for sale, I ask for the price, and I see if it's a good fit for me. If not, or not at that price. I'm not an offer machine. Let me know when you have a price in mind, Gerald. Next text was the price. If you can do this, I'll move forward. That is what I want you guys doing on a daily basis. Looking at the price that's been given to you by the seller and determining if you are ready to move forward and say yes to that asking price by the seller. And people will look at you and say, hey, it's a lay down. That's okay. That's what you want. You want win-win situations. I got in a fight with some of the guys on Part of the Disruption because they talked about sellers not performing on their contracts. I said, that doesn't really happen to us. We don't have a lot of sellers backing out of contracts. And they said, that's impossible. Well, part of the reason why is because of this formula. Not only are you able to close more deals, but you're going to have less sellers trying to back out because you're creating win-win situations across the board. So not only are you getting deals under contract where end buyers buy, but you're also getting it where the seller desires to sell it. It's their price. Every now and then we have to make offers, but not in the ideal situation. You're right, Kip. The government is coming hard on us. That's why I'm so thankful that we still have the ability to wholesale And the majority of the locations in the United States, the same way we did 9 years ago. Do I think wholesaling is going to change in the future? I do, but not today. We still have the ability to feed our families the exact same way we always have. That's why it's so important for you to start closing more deals. Are we getting a contract with the purchase? It's not a part of the deal, but if that's something you absolutely need and you purchase this from us, we can definitely take care of you. Okay. Ray says, what's your guys' cancellation rate? During my last 50-day challenge, my direct to seller contracts closed at a 70% clip. I think it was 70.8%. Total, if you included JV deals, we dipped down to 65%, but my direct to sellers was 70.8%. And again, this is why I want you guys to understand why I'm so passionate about this. 70.8% is a high contract to close ratio. That is a high contract, especially when you're talking about sight unseen virtual closings, okay? But if you're able to underwrite deals and know where you need to be based off the information provided from you from sellers, not having to go through a 10-page long script, getting every last little detail, you are going to find out the pertinent information that you need if you follow this formula step by step. That's what I love about this. Eric, you missed it again, man. I just got done talking about you. Good morning. What other questions do you guys have about this? I'm excited, man. We've never put something out like this before, where here's how you close deals, here's how you comp and underwrite. You can take that, immediately implement it, and then the opportunity to be able to hang out with me for half a day. We're calling it half a day. Don't be shocked if it goes a lot longer. I'm used to 8-hour lives, so 4 hours with hanging out with me minimum. We'll see how that ends up. I'm excited about rolling this out. Yes, Cassie's comps and underwriting is an option for you to purchase. So you can break it down. You can just get my closing, and then you can purchase Cassie's comping and underwriting. And then the third offer is you can spend a half day virtually with me on a Zoom call where we're going to be closing deals, doing some video review, Q&A. And then also I will probably call some of your leads as well. You're right, partner. 9 years in the making. 9 years, it's been a lot longer than that. I mean, listen, Cassie and I have we've been doing this a lot longer than just the 9 years. So it feels a lot longer than that. I mean, we've been entrepreneurs since 2010. All right. No, this is not in person. I'm sorry, I can't do $27 for in person. That's one meal for you guys. This is the virtual video course for the $27 of me closing. And then there's an add-on bonus of Cassie's comping and underwriting. And then if you want a half-day virtual hanging out with me for 4 hours, those are the offers that we have for Black Friday. Make sure I answered all the questions here. You sure you aren't Santa? This man just giving shit away. I appreciate that. All right. There is, so it's kingclosersformula.com/BF. All right, guys. Looks like those are all the questions. If you purchase this and when you close deals, what I want to see is I want to see posts in the vault, our Facebook group, where I see you guys posting about, hey, bought the closer formula on this day. Boom. Here we are. Closed our first deal. Closed 3 deals. Whatever it is. I want to see you guys talking about your wins inside of the vault. Make sure that you tag me and Cassie on those posts. Appreciate you guys so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Tuesday, 222. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Tuesday because I'm going to be doing a training. I'm actually going out to Vegas to train Ryan Pineda's team on closing deals. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do next Tuesday's live. I will make sure we get a live in next week. It just probably won't be on Tuesday because I'm going to be training Ryan Pineda's team. So we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you guys. Have a great Black Friday.